Hi, everyone, and welcome to today's live feed. I will be joined shortly by the lovely and multi-talented wife of mine, Melissa Archbold. While she's over there primping and doing her hair and making herself look good, she's doing Abigail's hair. Okay, I was wrong. I've been corrected, but she always looks good. They both always look good. So who am I to say? Um, I wanted to do an update and kind of tell you what's going on right now. Some of you have been asking about some of the updates on videos, specifically the Rolls-Royce project car that I've been working on. So I thought I'd kind of run through the gambits of all the different things that are going on right now and kind of give you an update on where we're at. And I'll also try and read your comments as we're going along here too, and try and answer questions. So for starters, I've been restoring an old, really beat up Rolls-Royce convertible in my garage. It's been really, really cold. And hey, look!
Hello!
She made it. It's been cold, and so the car has been just sitting in the garage right now. I haven't been doing a whole lot of work to it because it's been cold, but I did pick up. Do you want to scooch over a little bit?
Sure. My head.
Okay. Oh, no, hang on, Abby. That's holding everything together.
Oh.
Yeah.
We have quite the setup. You guys right now are on top of two things of
Hot chocolate.
A butter knife is holding the phone up, and a thing of play slime.
Yeah, this is our temporary tripod. Because Steven's filming a video in the basement, he's got our actual tripod.
I have a little one if you want.
This is working fine. Okay. The car, it's cold. That's what I'm getting at. It's been really cold. It is it was minus 24 degrees Celsius today. It's going to be like possibly one above or zero or -1 tomorrow. It's going to be nice out tomorrow is the point.
Thank goodness.
So I should be getting back to work on the Rolls-Royce project very soon. And oh, hey, Phil's on. Yeah, Phil's the one who bought the German arcade game from me. Hey, Phil. Okay. And the car has just been cold. So I did get the upholstery back for the dashboard, the panels that were really eaten up, the ones you saw me making the foam with. Well, some of you had concerns that the foam I was using on the dash, that spray foam stuff might distort. So we had Angel use that as sort of a base, and she built foam up on top of it, which will make it even more durable, reliable, and robust. So next episode, I'll hopefully be getting that dashboard completely reassembled, and that's going to be a big difference in what that car looked like. That was probably one of the worst part about the car was the dash and the seats. She's starting on the seats, I think today or tomorrow she was going to start on them, and we're getting them all redone in leather. The car will progress and come along nicely, so that's coming along. Oh, hey, Austin Tischler. Austin, our German carpenter friend. Tischler is German for carpenter, I think.
I saw Austin's on. Redneck. Is on.
Yeah, so nice to see everybody joining us today.
Yeah. Oh, Matthew. Hey, Hey, Matthew.
We've got Ashley on, Alexandria Lucius on. Hi, everybody. Am I going to watch the new Ghostbusters movie? Yes, we're going to go see that.
Yeah, you know what? Usually as they go on, I'm not a fan of seeing sequels, but it looks interesting. I think I'm interested to actually see it.
Melissa wants to see it, I think, more than I do.
Yeah,
so we'll probably go see it.
That's not my type of movie. So.
Okay. So Rolls-Royce project, I'll be back working on that this week. Update video coming probably in, the next, assuming it's warm the next few days. I would say I'll have an update video coming in a couple days. I'll probably end up finding time to work on it tomorrow if it warms up.
Yeah.
The BMW Isetta, you saw me work on that one. I still own that car. It is running and driving now, but it's just parked for the winter. I'm going to get a insurance inspection done on it come spring, and hopefully I'll be driving that stupid, crazy Steve Urkel car to work. That's my goal. I want to drive that thing. I just don't want it to be. Listen, it's not all about the looks, folks. If you don't know what car I'm talking about, if you don't know who Steve Urkel is, when you look in my garage right now and open the door, you might ask yourself, did I do that? And yes, I did do that. I bought a crazy little car. Anyway, I'm hoping to drive that thing next year, and I'm sure there'll be some real fun videos of me tootling around town in that thing.
I can't even imagine how many looks we get for the Ghostbuster car.
Yeah.
I always forget. It's seriously like having your own parade. I know I say that every time, but it's shocking.
I'm more shocked that Melissa forgets that we're driving in a Ghostbusters type ambulance, and she's like,
Yeah.
"Why is everybody waving at us?"
Yeah.
And people like they just don't come up and wave. They like scream out their windows, "I love your car!" And Melissa's like, "What is their problem?" I'm like, "We're driving like a Ghostbusters car." I always tell people like we could be pulling up to the. I could come and get her from work in an electrified pineapple, and she'd be like, "Oh, there's no mirror on the sun visor." Like she's oblivious to what type of car we're in.
Well, I'll forget. I have so many things going on in my little squirrel brain that I very, very fast forget when I'm riding in. As long as I'm moving towards wherever we're going.
She just thinks people like to scream out their windows at us when we're driving. She's like, "Wow, people in Edmonton are really excited for some reason.
Well,
Love
like-
your car, woo!" Somebody drove by us once and they had both arms out the window and they were doing this. Whoa! Like what? Yeah.
You guys, it's a different experience for sure.
Yeah, that's right. It's an experience. What other vehicles? Listen, you can have a Lamborghini. Is it going to make somebody go out their window? Whoa! Probably not. They'll be
Maybe.
like, "Nice car," but I don't think you're going to get like the insane like their brains fall out of their head when they're driving by. Anyway, it's a fun
Yeah.
car to drive. I would like to maybe in the next season or so get some body work done on that car. It's starting to look a little bit tired, but it's been pretty reliable actually.
Considering you've driven it for the last week, I like it. What was it in that one day that got so cold? It was like minus 64 degrees Fahrenheit. Remember, minus 50 Celsius.
It was really, really cold.
Oh my goodness! It still started though. You still started your car somehow.
Yeah, my battery was a bit dead. This is what happened. I'm not driving the Cadillac right now because we're going through a cold snap right now. We're at the tail end of it. It's been lasting about a week or so. At the beginning of the previous week, my Cadillac must have sensed psychically the Cadillac sensed the weather was going to turn, and it went nope, and it opted out, and the water pump blew. And it was nice out when the water pump went on the car. So it's been in the shop waiting for a new water pump to come in and some gaskets, and it probably won't be out of the shop for another week or so. I went and visited it the other day. It's like visiting a relative in the hospital. You know they're sick, but they'll probably recover. Not like a serious ailment. The Cadillac has the equivalent of like a sprained ankle. So it'll be up and running around pretty
It's
soon.
such a weird analogy.
It is. It's like you go and visit your aunt. You're like, "Oh, Aunt Tilly, man, that sucks you're in the hospital with your sprained ankle and all, but I guess we'll see you out in a week or so." You're not that worried.
I don't know.
It's going to be all right. The Cadillac will be okay.
Matthew said, "Thank you, Susie." She said, "Don't forget to thumbs it up." Matthew said, "Alex will never sell that caddy. He loves it too much."
I do like the Cadillac, but I would sell pretty much anything. I'm not.
It's true.
It just means if the Cadillac
it's a
sold or
thing.
if something sold, it just means that I would move on to some other kind of crazy adventure.
And it depends. Like sometimes you just find the right person for something too. It's
Yeah,
like
I still kind of regret selling the Nash though.
the Nash. I thought the only car you regretted selling was the Jag.
No, I had a Nash Rambler.
Yeah.
Well, I had an E-Type Jag and I liked it, but I don't regret selling it because we needed the money at the time.
Yeah, but you would. That's a car you would. Still like
The
to
Nash
have.
Rambler that I had, the one where in the video with Adam and I'm driving around with him in that. It was in great shape. It had a good heater. I loved it. It made me sing songs when I was inside of it. I would sing "Rumble On," and I'd sing little songs when I was driving it. And I was at work one day, and a guy came up, and he's like, "I'll try and do my best impression of his voice." "Man, that's a real nice car. I gotta have a car like that." He didn't have a cigar, but in my mind, that voice, you need a cigar. "Man, that's a nice car, that Nash. I gotta have me a car like that." And I went, "Well, it's not for sale." He was like, "Listen, I've got $8,500 cash on the table." Then he fired off his Guns Yosemite Sam style. Woohoo! It was more like, woohoo!
There's no sugar or caffeine in him, neither.
Anyway, and so I'm like, "Well, you seem enthusiastic about the car." And so I was like, "Here you go." And he's like, "I'm going to drive it home." And he did, and he drove it home. And he still has it. And he calls me every once in a while, and he goes, "Still got that car of yours?" And I go, "Well, that's great." It's like saying,
You think he watches our channel?
I don't know. If he does, it's okay. It'd be like giving your kidney to somebody and they'd be like, "I'm drinking alcohol all night long." You're like, "No, not my kidney." That's what's happening. So anyway.
Thank you, Teresa.
Yeah. So
She said, "Love your channel."
yeah. Well, anyhow, he's enjoying the car. I wouldn't mind having that car. I don't know what I'd do with it. I like stupid little cars that make no sense. Like the Isetta, like the Austin van, like the Nash Rambler. They're funny, they make people smile, they're not pretentious. So as somebody was saying, "Man, I bet you'll never sell that Rolls-Royce." Yeah. I don't know.
Everything.
Unless I did some kind of crazy like art car Janis Joplin type paint job to it, and I'm like, yeah, it's not even a Rolls Royce anymore. It's just like a crazy weird car. Then maybe, But just as sort of a like, Grey Poupon driving around a Rolls Royce, I don't think that's really me.
Tracy said, Melissa, is there anything Alex cannot do? He seems so knowledgeable and able to do anything he decides to try. Just because he decides to try something doesn't necessarily mean he should do it.
Oh, I have
There's
learned
some
that I am
things.
miserable at many things by trying them.
Yeah, true. I think
Yeah.
we should always, I mean, I shouldn't say we should always try it, depending on what you are planning on trying.
She let me do her makeup once. I learned I'm no good at that. Even
True.
though everybody thinks that I wear eyeliner, which I don't. I'm not that talented.
Be
Like,
sensitive about it.
people are like, nice eyeliner, dude. I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
not wearing eyeliner. But on the plus side, they must think, A, somebody thinks I'm wearing eyeliner, and B, they're like, that guy's very skilled at applying natural looking eyeliner.
How would he get it so, I mean, he'd have to tightline it for sure, but that
Tight line.
that means like right
Like in the
into
mirror, like,
it means in your eyelashes.
Anyway, yeah. So I would start talking about a Cadillac, and then I'm talking about not
You're
wearing
doing your
eyeliner.
eyeliner.
Yeah. This is how life works.
You should have a,
Oh, am I going to
Here's
do an
glass.
acoustic? Can't wait to see the Auburn. I didn't get the Auburn, if that's what you're talking about. I did go look at an Auburn cord. Well, not an Auburn cord. It's a cord. It's the same type of company, but anyway, I don't have it. Maybe that'll be a next summer project. If I
did you
can get it.
actually get frostbite on your fingers?
Yeah, I did on these two right there, just a little bit.
Let's see.
Well, you can't tell now. It was like minor. It's still sensitive though.
Yeah,
To
it was.
this day.
Oh my gosh, it was cold. I couldn't wear jewelry that might be exposed at any point because the metal would like burn your skin from the cold. I mean, it was the cold, but
Yeah. Somebody keeps asking, are you selling Cadillac? Are you selling Cadillac? I don't know, guys.
But at the same time, Bob said, I tried. I just about bought it this summer, like in August, remember? We tried to sell it to Bob.
Bob, the bottle man, is on right now. And now
Yeah.
Bob has appeared in enough videos that he's gone from being on that side of the camera to this side often enough that you probably know who he is.
He might be starting his own YouTube channel soon.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Is that what you said, Bob? I missed that.
See,
Yeah.
I'm a true fan, Bob.
Okay. What is a healthy breakfast? If you actually want to know what I like to eat for breakfast, it might be
Whoops.
maybe a few almonds, a bit of unsweetened Greek yogurt, and maybe like a little piece of like
Brie.
meat or brie, like cheese, or with it. Just simple, just like a little. I don't know, like a little sampling of things. Like I went to a buffet and I had my choice of everything, but I only selected the tiny stuff off the side buffet that's meant to be
Yeah.
like the appetizers. That's what I do. I'm like a little bit of that and a little bit of this, and there you go.
Susie said, you know it's cold when boogers freeze inside your nose. Come on, you know it's true. So I call that snotsicles.
Oh, that's lovely. You've taken our channel to a whole classy new level
Yeah.
here today.
It just me. Just me.
Just you. Just you. I'm fine. I haven't said anything weird or
That's true.
snotty, except for just now. Bob the Bottle Man. Okay, I'm going to be looking for.
You're missing the curse of Oak Island.
Oh, okay. I like watching the Oak Island show. Somebody just said you're missing the Curse of Oak Island. I like watching that show, but every episode is the same. They start off with a clip, and it's like clickbait. They're like, they are opening up like a chest or something. They're like, whoa, this is it. And then when you watch the actual thing, the moment where they say this is it, they find like a button or something like, whoa, it's a piece of a stone. And you're like, what? I watched that whole thing. They get me every time. They get me every time with that Oak Island show. And yeah, now I'm feeling left out because I'm missing it. And that's my usual thing I do with my mom. Maybe after this, I'll go over and I'll visit my mom and go watch Oak Island at her place.
Let us know if they found any. Bob said that his channel is just under his name, Bob Harder. Its last name is Harder. So I think he said did you say you put one out tonight? Like a video?
A bottle video? Okay, oh, that's cool.
I don't know if hold on, wait.
Hang on.
My first video is not good. That's because it's your first video. It's not supposed to be good. The big thing when you put out videos is that you did it. You put it out because your brain is going to tell you, oh, it's not good enough. You're never going to feel like it's good enough. Just do it anyways. We will watch.
Yeah. I've never been to Bob's house before. Never had the invite, Bob. Mind you, I don't know if I'd trust, like, if he offered me something to drink, because Bob infamously sampled 30-year-old Coca-Cola and discovered 30-year-old Coca-Cola gives you Montezuma's Revenge real bad. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. If he was like, here, would you like something to drink? I'd be like, nah, I'm good. You collect, like, old Coca-Cola that you've sampled. So Anyway, I'm sure if you, check out, I will have to check that out.
You guys are all subscribing before me. I feel bad.
I know, we'll have to go check it out after.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm going to, I had a few topics. One was to talk about some things that are happening on the channel. And the other is I'm going to New York pretty soon. I'm going to be doing a meetup in New York City.
Hi.
I don't know. Every time I say New York City, I think of it like a bunch of country folk that are like,
And it's
what?
not.
You're going to New York City? What? That's where I'm going. And I will be doing a meetup on the 21st. This is what's happening on the 21st. I am flying into New York. I'm checking into my hotel, and then I imagine sauntering. It's going to be like kind of the walk down the street, like in Crocodile Dundee, when he's like kind of afraid and then climbs up a lamppost. That's going to be me. And if you don't know my reference, you should watch the original Crocodile Dundee when he goes to New York. And that's going to be me, just like, except I won't be carrying a big giant knife or anything. But I will be going to a meetup. My brain goes in weird directions. I can't help this.
No, you were telling me it's.
We'll be doing a meetup at the Stagecoach Tavern at 7 p.m. New York time. I'm going to talk like this.
21st?
Yeah, on the 21st, the day I fly in. I get off the plane and I'm like, what? I don't know, I'm sleeping. I'm not going to be sleeping. I get on a taxi cab. That'll wake me up. New York taxis, huh? We went to New York before as a young couple. Melissa and I attended a New York trade fair.
I mean, we had Jason and Steven, but I don't. Oh, yeah, and Abigail. So it wasn't that long
We had all three. No, we had the toy store.
No, because my mom came to watch the kids. Oh, no, that was Maui.
Yeah, it was
So
just
the
Jason
two
and
boys.
Steven. Yeah. Anyway, we went to New York before, and the cab ride, Melissa nearly turned back and went to the airport after the cab
It
ride.
scared me enough. I'm not going this time, and it's the main reason that I'm not going. Was
She
the
was
traffic in New York scared me that bad?
Okay, I kid you not.
That was pretty bad.
The roads are a bit icy here, but if we slip even a tiny bit, she will freak out at me when we're driving.
It's true.
It's true.
But what do you do
bad.
when you slip?
I just
Pushes
go
on the gas.
I don't
That's
do
what
it to make you scared. I just do it because I'm driving. And sometimes you have to give a little gas to straighten yourself.
Don't slip.
Anyway, she didn't like the New York experience. She can't drive 2 blocks in Canada in the snow without freaking out. And we were in New York, and there was, it's true. Cars were like, the cab driver was driving so close to their cars, you could have put a dime in between them and it would have got wedged in between.
They were touching each other.
She's like, you're going to hit the car. Yeah.
And they were going way over the speed limit. They're hitting each other. Like, actually, the cars are touching each other.
Yeah, it was an experience.
No,
anyway.
I'm good. Once was good.
Yeah, so I'll be doing that again, and I'm going to go visit the Statue of Liberty. I'm going to say hello to old lady Liberty, and check out the Empire State Building, and hopefully there's going to be a few cool shops or some places to go antiquing. I'd like to make a few interesting videos whilst in the New York area. But that's going to be happening on the 21st. So if you're in New York, in Manhattan, you can make your way there on the 21st. I'm going to be there doing a meetup, and it's going to be very informal at the Stagecoach Tavern. The address is on our Facebook page if you don't know where that is.
A lot of people, I saw 2 people asking again for the rules update.
Okay, I'm also going to be going to Colorado in March. So for those of you in the Denver and Colorado Springs area, I'm going to be in Colorado Springs in March. I'm going down for a few days. I'm going to go visit with Heather, my sister, as you all know, who's probably on right now, if she's still on. Hello, Heather. And I'll try and find time to do a meetup while I'm down there too. I don't have that all arranged yet. But I do enjoy meeting you guys when we have an opportunity to get out there and say hello. And we certainly like to get together. And Matthew, I see you're going to be there, Matthew. I'm looking forward to meeting you.
And you owe him supper, he said, because you made him cry.
I owe him supper.
It wasn't that bad. No, I'm just kidding.
He didn't qualify what type of supper. I think the proper supper you get somebody in New York is Subway. Like, not like a 6-inch combo with chips and a drink. That ought to be. Is that fair? Anyway, I never know what to do with these meetups. I just kind of show up and we hang out and we talk and visit. And I hope that's enough for you guys. I don't tap dance. I could try, but this would be one of the things that Melissa says you shouldn't try doing. I do things maybe I shouldn't. Tap dancing is probably one of those things.
So we should do that. You guys remind him when you're there.
He
said he was going to tap dance.
Do I have to make the tap? Every tap dancer makes the same face. It's this
Heather
face.
said, yes, I am. I'll arrange it for you. I don't remember what she's arranging.
I feel like a puppet when I think of tap dancing. Okay, so New York trip, Colorado trip coming up. Stay tuned to our Facebook page at Curiosity Incorporated on Facebook to see what's going on. And let's see. I had a fellow. Let's see what's going on with the store right now.
Tracy, it's free to talk to us. Hi, Tracy.
It's free to chat. Yeah. The only thing I say is if we end up doing a meetup somewhere, like at a restaurant or something, it's always nice to give the restaurant order a drink or something, or rather than us just sit around. So that's the only thing we often ought to do. Joe, very quickly, I kind of talked about the Rolls-Royce at the top end. I'm going to be doing some work on it again tomorrow. It was just too cold. I'll be hopefully getting the dashboard reassembled tomorrow. That's the plan. Okay. I have a meeting on Tuesday. Now, for those of you, I'm going to talk about the store a little bit. For those of you that were following along with our live feeds before, in April, I'll answer your question about the pop vinyl warehouse there in a little bit. We renovated this old general store just last summer. And last year was a crazy year with the Potter's house and the general store, and then Hans in his house, and then we did some renos at our own house. It was a lot going on. And so I thought, well, why not just keep that going? And we are trying to look at building an extension onto our building that looks like an old building. I want to build an addition that looks like another heritage building on the vacant lot that's right next door to us. I'm meeting with a construction company. Did I tell you this?
I heard you telling Janice.
Okay. Sometimes Melissa finds things out when we're doing these live feeds too.
It's true, but he thinks that he's told me already. So.
Did I mention I adopted 4,000 cats that are showing up tomorrow?
Cool.
Oh no! You just roll around.
Jimmy will be so sad.
So I'm meeting with a construction company on Tuesday. They're going to give me an idea of what the cost would be to build that building, and then it's a matter of me going, okay, either it's doable or it's not. Really, the thing that will be the big clincher in this would be if we sell the Potter's house, which is currently rented out to someone. If that house sells, or if we sell our old commercial building that we had our store in, those places, that's pretty much where all of our stuff is tied. I'm motioning like this out there. All of our stuff is tied up out there. So we need to sell some things. Anyway, in the meantime, I've been putting up some of my more expensive watches and some of the more expensive stuff on eBay. And a lot of people have trouble finding us on eBay. It's under Curiosity Inc. on ebay.ca. If you look up, what could you look up on there that I have? RCAF Pilot's Watch or RCAF Watch. You'll probably find one of my listings. Anyway, I've been listing things more on eBay the last little while. I don't normally, but I have been. So to answer the question from earlier, how do I buy stuff from your store? If you see something on a video, some of you just give me a call and you're like, hey, I saw, cool old ashtray or whatever on the video today. Do you still have it? And if I do, I'll be like, yeah. And they say, okay, can I pay for it over the phone? And then I will bring it through with shipping and then send it off. This past week, I shipped off probably 20 different things to people who either emailed us or called us at the shop. So we always have the ability to mail and ship things out, and if it's on eBay, well, that's pretty easy. You just bid on it or make an offer, and then if we accept, then we just mail it out. So
Alexander's really good with his videos. So if you're seeing a video, he either had that was literally his day that day. You're watching it the same day or the day before, depending on how much we're sharing the computer. But I would say within a day max. Usually it's the day of that he gets the video out. So whatever you see is what you would see if you walked in the shop. Pretty much, yeah. And occasionally I'll do a walk around of the shop too, and you guys can see. I posted some pictures on Instagram at Curiosity Inc. YEG. Some people say, what's YEG? That's our airport code. And here in Edmonton, they refer to the city as YEG. It's the YEG hashtag. People know it in our area. Yeah. We ship anywhere. Somebody said, do you ship to Europe? Yep. Yeah. Somebody said it was nice to see Hans the other day. Yeah, Hans and Zenobia came by for dinner a couple days ago. I fed them a weird combination of food, and they still were fine. We had all kinds of weird leftovers, and that's what we ate. It was leftover night, and then I knew they were coming, but they were more than welcome to join us, but it was leftover night. So chili and macaroni and stuff happened. How cold in Canada in Fahrenheit? I don't know. It's right now minus 30 or something like that right now. It's really cold. But it's going to be changing. It's going to be going from, I think, minus 30 Fahrenheit. I'm going to talk in Fahrenheit because a lot of people watching are in the U.S. Yeah. Minus 30 Fahrenheit to about plus 32 Fahrenheit in one day. So it's like a 60-degree difference in 24 hours. Yeah, I bet it's going to be windy tonight. No, the metal heron from the Potter's house is gone, Karen. Sorry about that. That did sell.
I do still own the Potter's house. Not I. When I say I mean us as.
I know, it's okay.
I'm not.
But sometimes people get really angry. You guys, don't worry, I know.
Yes, I
I
think
know
of
I'm
it,
attached to it too.
I think of everything that we have as being something that we have together, but sometimes I speak on behalf of the channel. Anyway, we still own the Potter's house. And as far as I know, everything's going okay. The folks are renting it. They said that they're enjoying the house. It's right by the kids' school. So as far as I know, everything's good there. We have, okay, now to the warehouse. I promised the folks asking about the whole warehouse thing. We purchased a giant warehouse, and I've mentioned it on videos before. It was a really crazy good find, but because it was so closely connected to some loss within the family, out of respect for them and respect for some things that happened with my mom, I took the videos down. It was just the right thing to do. That said, the warehouse find, I did buy it all. B, it's going through auction. I'm dispersing the money to family members who were owed some money back. And all that stuff is up for Kastner, or up at kauctions.ca right now. And they were doing an auction, I think, right this minute, they're auctioning stuff off. And tomorrow they're auctioning more stuff off. So pretty much every Sunday and Monday, Kastner Auctions is auctioning off stuff that came out of that warehouse. So if you had interest in action figures or interest in the pop vinyl stuff, pretty much, oh, can somebody get rid of, we're just going to get rid of this person right there.
Oh, it's because...
Yeah, sorry, I just had to stop. We try and, you got it? Okay.
Yeah, it's because we had a person right before him that Matthew got, who I don't know how he keeps how he keeps getting on, but I've deleted him from like all our channels. And I saw Matthew just deleted him again.
Yeah.
Or hit him.
We are a
Danny Rogers is not
family friendly and generally non-political and everything kind of channel.
People say stuff like that not because they actually believe that. They say it for a reaction. So
well, who knows what they believe. Anyway, they're gone.
They're gone.
So welcome back. Okay, we talked about the warehouse. What do you guys want to know? Maybe I'll ask you guys some questions, and thank you for putting the eBay store up there too. If you guys have any questions for me at all, would you all ever move to the United States like in 30 years? There is one part of the States that we probably would move to. It starts with a and ends with Hawaii.
No, I don't. I really like Hawaii, but the thing is
can't we just have their weather?
Yeah. I like visiting because then I don't take it for granted. It's not my usual, so I'll always have it as something special. We
do like the city of Edmonton. I'm not a big fan of the cold, so I think we're going to plan on living here. This is where we live. But we have talked about maybe getting, if at some point we get to the spot where we have extra money to buy another property, we want to get something maybe in a warmer climate where you can escape to.
We would snowbird for sure.
Yeah, we would snowbird.
6 months of the year. I mean, maybe 4 months even. I wouldn't want to be away from the kids, so.
Couldn't we just get like a bunch of little life jackets and tie all the Canada geese together and put like a chair attached to it, and we can just fly with the Canada geese all the way down when they go down to Florida? I feel like this would go a lot
worse than you imagine. And you get pooped on.
Being underneath 100 Canadian, 100 geese.
Same thing.
Yeah, you'd be like, the first 5 minutes, you'd be like, I can't believe this is working. And then after a few minutes, you'd be like, this was a terrible idea. And then they're always switching and taking turns, like it's like getting sick of driving and then somebody takes over. Yeah, maybe flying underneath a bunch of geese would be a bad idea. Anyway, vacationing somewhere good would be nice. I'm going to be in Colorado at the end of March is the plan. So I will post more information on the Colorado trip on my Facebook page. If you have a chance to check that out in the next week or two, I'll start putting together an itinerary for that. But for now, the next trip coming up is February 21st, 22nd, and 3rd. I'm in New York City. And so start spreading the news.
I'm trying to catch the questions.
Yeah. I'm going to try and answer a few more questions.
Said, how do you keep your house warm when it's so cold? The truth is that all of our doors have like a double, it's not usually this cold. So we just have regular windows and with weather stripping. So but like our back door has where you lock the door like normal, and then these extra hooks that pull it closer in. So
well, not all of our doors don't do that,
but our back door. And then if it's really cold, we just have really good insulation, I think. And we turn the heat on.
Houses here are built for this kind of weather. So the inside of your house doesn't feel any different than
it's not that expensive
than when it's warm. Yeah, it doesn't feel any different. It's nice and toasty warm indoors. That's why us Canadians and those of you that live in cold climates, we're used to this, so everything's built for it.
And it doesn't stop us, so we have to keep on going. There's no stopping us.
Oh, somebody's on whose brother bought the vinyl Cape Jawa from me. Well, that's good. A lot of people didn't, they were like, no way that guy found a vinyl Cape Jawa in a box with Star Wars toys. No, I did. And somebody on here's brother bought it off me. The Potter's Glaze recipes, I believe I still have them somewhere. Oh, incidentally, we are getting updates from the publisher. If you didn't know, I had made a promise to Mary. She actually asked me to try and publish some of her poetry. And I've been kind of keeping that more on the down low, that we're reached out to by a publisher in the US. And we had been photographing all of her wonderful artwork, her pottery, as I pulled it out of the house. I took nice pictures of it. And also saved a bunch of her poetry. Now, there is a publisher that wanted to do a book about that story of us finding the house and then uncovering all these artifacts from it, and then also discovering Mary's unpublished poetry. Mm-hmm. So we are trying to get that published and put together. But of course, everything takes time, and I've been sending information back and forth, but it's been an ongoing process. But hopefully soon there will actually be a Potter's House book, if you can believe that. Which is kind of crazy to say out loud, but that's what I've been working on in the background too.
I have two that I can answer. First, how the kitten is. So I'm not sure why on my vlog it seemed like, so we got Linda, Alexander's mom, the kitten, and her name's Taya. It just happened that we picked her up when Linda was at work, so we brought her to our house until she was off work so that we could deliver her. So she doesn't live with us.
The cat?
But, yeah, Taya. But the cat's pretty happy. Like, that is a happy, loved cat.
Chewy was like, when you bring a foreign animal into your house and you have a dog, he was just like, what did you do? What's this? He had he was more offended, I think, than anything. Yeah. And he's barking like, what? And then the cat was, how cats are. This cat just kind of owned him instantly. It was like,
oh, it was so funny.
Like when they know that you can't do anything about it, so they get up somewhere high and they flop on their side, and then they just wash. Like the cat was planning on washing its face anyway. It knew the dog was barking, so it just gets up somewhere high and it's like, I'm just gonna wash my face while you look at the dog's like, are you kidding me? Anyway, I don't have to be able to speak animal to know what's going on in their little heads.
A lot of people were saying they don't think they've ever seen me in a sweater. It's true. I don't like wearing anything touching my arms. I'm strange. It's that cold. I mean, it's not so bad now. Today I had a chill and it's actually not bad. But yep, it happens. I have sweaters.
So mom likes the cat. What was the other one you were going to answer? So
the sweaters.
Oh, the sweater. Your sweater was...
and the cooking. They said, please do a cooking video. So I'm going to do some more cooking videos. I have a couple in my vlog that I'm editing tonight. What did I make? Oh, spinach dip. I didn't really cook. But I filmed it. I mixed stuff in a bowl, you guys, and it was delicious. Did you miss one? Or
no, I'm just trying to get caught up.
Are there any movies that you're looking forward to?
Let's see. Would I open a second location? Christina's asking.
Oh yeah, I saw that one too.
No, I'm not planning on opening a second location. I have a firm belief that I'd rather do something really well and really interesting in one location. I think sometimes when you start spreading that magic around, it gets lost a little bit. Right now we have a very interesting and unique store. We're very fortunate to have a lot of great reviews. People have come through the shop and really enjoy it.
It's pretty fun. Like, it's not like your regular old store.
No, and somebody was asking too, I have a lot of old pinball machines and arcade games and the Zoltar, and they said, are people allowed to use that stuff? Yeah, even like the children from the elementary school, I let them play on all those arcade machines. And they're always the first ones to tell me, they're like, I stuck a whole bunch of money in there and it got broken. I'm like, okay, I'll go fix it. And I go back there. I don't know why an elementary school kid sounds like the kid who's working the deep fryer off The Simpsons.
You have voices for everybody.
Yeah. Well, anyway, the kids come through and they're like, Mister, your pinball machine isn't working. And then I go back there and I fix it.
Rachel said, I think my favorite thing about your channel is that you've stayed so true to what you love and your core beliefs. Great job.
Somebody said, are you planning any more videos on singing? Yeah, at some point. I've been working on a song on Logic, which is a program on my Apple. And the thing is, I've got it more or less done. I just haven't done the vocals because I was waiting for a microphone cord to come, which now might not be coming tomorrow. Anyway, there's more videos coming at some point. But
yeah.
Don't
put it on. Here, can I see the dog?
Yeah.
Somebody asked how Chewy was doing.
Melissa happens to have a dog floating in here right now.
Sorry.
We are trying to look at expanding our business a bit. So at some point, hopefully that'll happen. Did I sell the Atari system with the games? No, I think it's still there at the store. A lot of people are interested in it, but nobody's pulled the trigger on buying that thing yet. And it's got tons of games in it too. Let's see. Should film the kids playing pinball. I can't film other people's children. I can film my kids playing pinball.
Maybe they meant our kids.
Part of the reason why you don't see me doing a lot of videos from in the store is that you can't have minors appear on camera without the consent of their parents. So obviously, right?
Unless
so
they're like far off in the background, like a city scene or something.
And our store, even though it's an antique store, there are always children in my store, probably because I have a candy counter and we have arcade games. Well, that's obviously why. We have candy and video game type things for them to play. So there's always kids in our store, so I can't really film much when it's open. I'd have to be like chasing them out with the broom. Get out of the store, you youngsters! And then only let other people in who are older.
Do you have any comic books?
Not a whole lot of comic books. I kind of, comic book folks, and I mean this with all due respect. Comic book people are very particular and fussy. See, that's not as bad as what you probably thought I was going to say.
No, I was thinking, can we edit this? We might just have to pull it completely off.
No, it's true though. Staple pull, foxing on the pages, if there's a pull on the cover, like everything. You try and do your best guess at what the, hello from Denmark. Hello, then thank you. You try and make your best guess at what the value of a comic is, and with anything, you look at condition, you look at other ones that have sold, get an idea what they're going for, and it seems like no matter what I would put on it, they always thought the condition was 10 times worse when they're trying to make an offer. But when you try and buy a comic book from somebody who's a comic book person, they think it's in 10 times better condition than what it actually is. So I just got kind of frustrated. I don't do much in the way of comics or stamps and coins. It's just very, very particular, and it's not as much fun after a while. I like old toys, pinball machines. We have all sorts of different stuff, historic artifacts and items and other things, art. There's enough for me to get interested in. But if we get the edition on the store, which is what I'm hoping to do this summer or soon after, then we can expand and do other sorts of things, like maybe a soda fountain or maybe an ice cream bar and have other aspects of our business. Just really want to try and give back to that community and try and give them something that would be of use to them and that would be nice. I guess when I go to work and I think about what our role is in that neighborhood, I think, what do the people in this neighborhood, what would they want to do? And I think I want to give them somewhere to go when they're bored, somewhere that they can walk to, something that adds to the neighborhood, to the appeal of the neighborhood, and not something that detracts from it. So whatever I do, I want to make sure that we're doing it right and that it's for the right reasons. So we'll come up with all the right solutions, but the first thing is I have to see what the building will cost, and then try and figure out all that, because right now that's not it's not in the immediate cards unless something happens.
So Tracy, don't you worry. I saw you comment. Any old Lego?
Sometimes, yeah.
But
I have some old space sets right now from the 70s. Not in their boxes, but I do have a few complete space sets. Let's see. Would I open a place in Toronto? It's just too far. I would say if you're in Toronto, want to come check us out, come visit us in Edmonton. There's always seat sales on. Come and check us out at the store here.
Yeah.
Did I check out old T-Rex music? I have not yet, and mainly because I haven't had time to listen to music yet. I've been playing music, trying to learn a couple songs. I was playing the Donovan song the other day, which if you didn't see the last video, we did the Donovan one, Catch the Wind. But I've also been trying to learn a Paul Weller song, an older one, and that just I haven't quite got that one down yet. That's the next one I'm kind of working on. All right. Any other questions at all, or?
No, I was hiding somebody, but you never know if a comment is meant as something innocent or something bad. So I apologize if I ever block you guys and it was meant as something that I misunderstood.
Let's see. What were some of your most memorable dates? Looking for ideas.
Oh yeah, like dates. Oh yeah, she said that before.
Not like the type we have in the fridge, like.
Well, for us, I think one of the biggest things is that you have to make sure that you go out, that it doesn't have to be some big thing. So I remember when, like, sometimes we just go for a walk. It's just to being able to spend time together, just Alexander and I. And I mean, we have a Boston Pizza right by us.
Which you don't have anywhere else but in Canada.
Yeah,
It's
I
called
didn't even
Boston
realize
Pizza, but
that.
it's a Canadian franchise.
I
Just
didn't
like,
realize that till this.
do you know New York Fries is not anywhere but in Canada too?
Yeah, that's.
We name our restaurants after American
It's
places.
all lies, but it's delicious. But anyways, sometimes we'll go and have like an appetizer and just anything to get it. Even if we can't go out when it's super cold, or we'll even play cards or do anything, right?
I think anytime we just have a moment together to just be us.
And we stop putting pressure on it having to be something special. As soon as you put pressure on thinking like this has to be memorable, this has to be some big thing, you're missing the point of the date. So, I mean, almost everything that, oh, you caught somebody?
Yeah.
Almost anything can be a great date.
Yeah.
And the more effort we put into a date, usually those are the worst dates because you have all these expectations and stress that you put on yourselves. So, hey.
Yes.
But usually outdoors. I like outdoors dates.
Going for walks and stuff.
Yeah. To the park, to the farmer's market, anything. Well, only doing almost anything with you is fun.
Okay, I'm going to answer some questions. Somebody said, "What's your favorite fast food?" I don't really. We don't eat a whole lot of fast food, if that makes sense.
But if you did.
Well, no. If I did, if you guys have Ito Japan, I like going to Ito.
Does that
Ito's
count as
good.
fast food?
Yeah, Ito Japan's fast food. If it's in a food court, I think it's fast food.
Well, New Asian Village is in a food court.
Have you ever seen if you ever go to those Japanese restaurants and they do like the flying knives and stuff? There's nothing faster than that food. They're like, wah! And stuff's flying everywhere, and they're going to cut their arm off, but then they don't, and then they cut your sushi up for you instead.
Well, I don't feel sick after eating that. I usually think that fast food is usually something that makes you feel awful after. I don't know. I'm not a fan of fast food either.
A couple of questions. I have not eaten a whole lot of Australian food other than the sample box, which was mainly candy that got sent here. So I don't have too much to comment on Australian food.
Yeah, I can't even think of Australian food.
I did. Let's see. Are Hans and Zenobia a couple? Yes, they are. Not only did Hans find himself a house, but Zenobia, who is a YouTube watcher, and she might even be watching right now, ended up helping us out, and she came down. She lives right by Hans, so she said, "Why don't I come and help out?" And then they kind of, we went shopping together on that video, and then they stayed and visited, and one thing led to another, and now they're quite happy together. So, I think that he found a very lovely person, and they seem very happy together. So happy for Hans. He has the whole kit and caboodle life going on now, and if you see him in the videos, he's very happy and content, and he got a haircut. I think he's not getting the beard cut off, but he's trimming it a bit. So anyway, he's doing quite well, just like Adam is doing great too. So just very nice that a couple of folks that crossed our paths are doing good, and that they're still in our lives.
How is he still in there?
Let's see. What would you tell your younger self if you knew you were going to be this successful? I don't know. I don't necessarily. It's funny. I don't necessarily feel successful, if that makes sense, because you're always striving for something to make your life or your environment or the people around you better.
Because it's the next step.
It's
So
not
what
like
do I
you.
do next?
Yeah, I mean, when I was a kid and we were living in motel rooms and stuff, if I was the older version of myself, I would probably just tell myself to not worry and to just, try your best in school and, try and be a good person and let things unfold. I mean, things happen the way that they happen. But I think when you get to a spot where you've started to reach some of your goals, and certainly in the past couple of years, we were able to reach some of our goals, there's always something that you can fine tune. There's always something more different you can do.
Yeah. And we were given, Joe said if the internet didn't exist, you guys would still be exactly the same as you are, for real. I think that's true as well. The only thing with the internet, with YouTube, when we did the Potters series, the revenue that we made from YouTube could go directly back into us helping Mary and her family and renovating that house. So we didn't end up coming out behind, and we were able to help her family and share. It seems like whenever we're able to be in a position to help someone, that it almost works out in the way that we're given the opportunity to help. So.
Rob is saying Zenobia. That's a unique name. Is it Greek? No, it's she's Ukrainian. So that is Ukrainian name. Let's see. Oh, we're just getting some advice on some things here. So I'll try and answer a few more questions too.
Okay. Sorry, you guys. I have my phone here.
Okay, you work on that.
Okay.
Um,
I should make pavlova. Oh, I actually have a recipe for that. I haven't tried it before though.
you're gonna do a little bit more cooking on your channel, you said,
What's
right?
coming up from Melissa's channel? Well, my next vlog, oh, it's 9 o'clock. That's coming out tomorrow. Will be what we did over the weekend. I'm going to do some more cooking videos, and I'm going to go through the advice, things that are working for me, because we are so busy. A lot of people are interested to see how we, I know for me, how we organize our lives to make this even happen, so that we still have time for family and our crazy adventures that we do get into. So that should all be happening.
And yes, I do still have the BMW R25. It's a 1956 BMW R25. My friend Handlebar Harry, he fixed it up for me a couple years ago. We rebuilt the top end of it as a running bike, but that's just on display in the store right now, but it is for sale if a person ever has interest in it. I think we have 6,500 Canadian on it. I'm not trying to turn this into the home shopping network because somebody specifically asked about it. We do have a store, so
Yeah.
There you go. It's not like this can be floating in the corner for a limited time offer of only 4,000 payments of $1.95. You too could own a 56 BMW R25, but wait, there's more. We'll throw in a free cleaning cloth and this used knife. That's right, folks. Act now.
It even has like spots on it. Mac said, "Are you interested in movie posters?"
Yes, I am. If you're talking about old one sheets, Matt, yeah, I do
Mac,
old
M-A-C.
Mac. I'm sorry, old rock and roll, old film noir. Basically, if it's got an interesting theme to it, I like old movie and rock posters. So if you guys ever have, by the way, if anybody watching out there has anything cool that they'd ever like to sell, you can send me pictures to our email, curiosityedmonton@gmail.com, and we do buy stuff from all over the place too.
Yeah.
And if you're in a situation where you have a big collection, and I have traveled, so anyway, there's opportunities there for us to chat down the road too.
Any new Hot Wheels in the store?
Not a whole lot in the way of Hot Wheels lately. Things come in waves. People ask and they say, has anything come through in the way of Hot Wheels? And I'll be like, man, nothing's come in. And then somebody will walk in with a big giant box of them and go, like, I guess I got a bunch in. But nothing really. Not in the last little while.
David said that we're bubbly. David somehow, I don't know how, but he's usually our very first commenter on my channel, your channel, usually. I don't know how. I'm sitting there sometimes when he publishes and he still beats me.
Yeah. Any advice for a beginner guitar player? Now, I don't know how advanced you are. I taught myself how to play guitar and taught myself how to sing, I guess. And the only advice I could tell you is just keep at it, learn the chords, try and match your voice to the sound of the chord, get used to... I tell my kids, because I've been trying to teach Stephen and Jason and Abigail how to play a few songs, that if you know just a few simple chords, you can start making a song out of it. If you can make one song out of like 3 chords, you'll feel much more confident. And that confidence is one of those things that's going to push you farther to do more. So I say just stick with it, learn a few chords to teach yourself a couple of very basic songs, and then just have fun with it.
Somebody said, "Is David a stalker?" And he said, "Yes."
Thank you, Fundico, said your natural sing. I enjoy singing. I don't... I was always too shy to sing in front of people, and it wasn't until somebody on YouTube saw a guitar in the background. I wasn't ever planning on doing the singing on this channel or ever in front of anybody ever. But I decided to do it. I did my first video, and then somebody was like, "Oh man, you're lip syncing." And I was like, "No, I'm not." I think it was Too Tall was like, "Nah, this guy's lip syncing. That's not him at all. That's Johnny Cash singing." Sometimes I adjust my voice per the song, which is why if I'm singing a country song, I probably sound more like Johnny Cash. And then when I'm singing like a Donovan song, it's more folky. But anyway.
But now he knows that you were singing since you did it on a live, I think, once.
Yeah, I went on a live
Plus, he's
feed.
been with us for a long time now.
Yeah. But no, I have fun with that anyhow.
We're good, Ruth.
Let's see. I'm going to try and answer a few more questions.
Do any of our kids drive yet? Drive me crazy. No.
Stephen drives.
Yeah, he has his learners.
Stephen has his own little motorcycle.
Yeah.
He's got his own little scooter. You can be 14 here and drive a 50cc or under motorcycle or scooter on your own, as long as it has an automatic clutch. So he does. Yeah. And Christy's asking, how do we meet? Do you want to tell it?
Well, do you want me to give you the skim down version?
Skim down. We've covered it off before, but we can give you the skim down.
So my dad was dating a lady named Laura. She had a daughter named Helena that went to school with Alexander.
Yep.
She brought him home one day. I said, "That's the man I'm gonna marry."
Wait, well, hang on.
Wait, you don't want that skimmed down?
Well, no, because then
And-
it sounds bad. He's like, this girl's daughter brought me home one day. No.
Well, it was a
wasn't like
bunch.
that.
It was a bunch of her friends she brought back to the house. They were all just hanging out.
We
like
were in
friends.
science class together and we were doing a school project. She said, "Do you want to come over?
I
and
asked you if
do
you
wanna come
wanted the
over for
skimmed down
dinner?"
version.
Yeah, but you made it sound all dirty, like, yeah, and that this guy gets brought home by this chick, and I'm like, yeah, I want to marry him. No, it wasn't like that. Anyway.
Little.
Yeah. So yeah, Melissa and I have known each other since I was in high school. I mean, I was 17 and she was 15, and so we didn't start dating until after she was really out of high school, and then we were pen pals and that, and we just stayed in touch, and then
Yeah.
so a couple years age difference, but you know, we've been
A couple
together for a
years.
long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Louise says she plays cello. Well, Louise, there's always room for cello. Is
Wow.
what they
I
say.
knew you were gonna go there.
I'd like to have a good cello joke in my back pocket, rather as opposed to actual Jello in my back pocket.
Do you have any plans to go
be
to
bad.
Minnesota?
Yeah, we were in Minnesota not that long ago. I went to a Minneapolis Twins game down there.
You did?
I did. Yeah, when I was a manager for Target.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like. Made
Yeah.
it sound like yesterday.
And for those of you that, I mean, you probably many of you know that I worked in the film industry for about 10 years, and then we moved back here to be around family, and there wasn't any work here in that industry or not much of it. So we opened up a toy store after our lease came up with our toy store, which was called Axel Toys. That's why when we went to New York, we went because we had a toy store before at West
Yeah.
Hampton Mall. When our store shut down after our 5-year lease came up, I went to work in retail as a manager and a district manager, and so I managed large department stores. So if you go into a big department store like a Macy's in Canada, I managed a Bay. I also managed a Target store. I was what they call the general manager. So I was like the main guy at that store, and did that for a while, and decided, hey, even though that was a pretty good job and wonderful and everything, I wanted to have fun and have my own kind of schedule and do my own thing, and now here we are.
We don't. So somebody said, asked if we speak French. We have to take French in school, but
Je parle un petit
But-
français.
very little. Like, there's no way we could have
Français.
not an actual conversation's worth.
Yeah,
Not a real conversation.
not a whole lot.
We know English.
Yeah, and
I mean, some phrases in other languages, but you're not fluent in any language other than English.
ich habe gutes Deutsch gesprochen.
He just says it with confidence so that it sounds like
Na.
ein bisschen, aber nicht so viel.
Anyway, speak a little bit of German. I know a little Italian.
Oh, I know.
He's like 4 feet tall, and no,
I knew.
okay.
You didn't keep going with that?
that's right. No,
Wow.
didn't go. Okay. So yeah, his
What?
name's Luigi. His name's Luigi. He's 4 feet tall. I know a little Italian. Okay. So I think we're probably gonna wrap it up pretty soon here, guys. Melissa, actually, so somebody's asking, where did you go to college or university in Canadian? I went to MacEwan University here and took human resource management, and I went to film school for a little bit. And Melissa's currently in university.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm dating a college girl.
Well, it's a university
that sounds
course here, but to do it online, it's a college course through Lakeland. I'm taking
Yeah. So,
courses. They actually all start tomorrow again, so I'm going to figure that out.
yeah, that's a heavy workload. She's got 3 classes and working full time and doing YouTube and all that. It's
And
gonna
then
be
regular life, but it's only 10 weeks for each course. So, but they're all at the same time.
it's gonna be a crazy semester.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah.
At least it's interesting content. So
So as busy as I am with the store and everything, Melissa's equally busy with the house and her school and the kids.
Yeah.
We're both very, very busy for sure.
but we still make time for everything. Like, there's still pockets of time if you make it. But
Yeah, it's early childhood development is what she's studying.
yeah, it's close enough.
Yeah. So yeah, lots going on. I'm gonna be in New York pretty soon. This time next month, pretty well. On the 21st, I'll be in New York. So if you want to come visit me down there, I'll be there. Maybe it'll just be me sitting all alone in a New York bar, Just be like, well, I guess nobody came, and then I'll be all
But
sad.
you always assume nobody's going to come, and then there's people there. For sure, Matthew's
Well,
there,
Matthew's gonna
unless he
be
gets,
there.
see?
Matthew, if it's just you and me, we'll do the, well, if they've got karaoke, we'll light that thing up. I'm telling you.
Didn't Matthew say that he plays? Hold on. Oh, Matthew, what was it that you did?
Well, he can tell us.
Oh, yeah. Are you still on? Oh, yeah, he's here.
April asked, will you vlog when in New York? Yes, I will vlog. I'm hoping to do a whole bunch of videos while I'm in New York, but I need to go places and do things. So we have an aspect of our channel, which is also travel. So I will probably do the visiting New York, as a tourist,
He
and
sings in a band. I remembered that you sang.
oh, Matthew is like an
Yeah.
actual musician. No, I can't sing with a real musician.
Look at his
I'll
little,
feel
look at his
bad.
picture. He looks like he sings in a band.
Oh yeah, Matthew's got like, are you still rocking that mohawk? We got to find out.
It's a very small picture on my phone, so.
Yeah, your pictures show up tiny for us, so it's hard to see. I will be in New York. Somebody was asking, why are you going to be in New York City? I'm going to be in Manhattan, and the reason I'm going to be in New York is that we have a store. We carry different types of products. We're going to be put on a tour bus roster, as far as I know, pretty soon with the city of Edmonton. So when people come from other countries and they want to come see what's cool in our town, we're being put on that list of places to stop. So I'm trying to find some really neat, cool, touristy type stuff. They're doing a big trade show. The giant New York Toy Fair is happening there. I love the whimsy of some of the things you can find at a show like that, and I'm trying to find some new suppliers. So it's a good way to find some new products, make some new connections. And the other thing I find out is that if you have a YouTube channel with over 50,000 subscribers, they let you in as press. So
Yeah.
I'm also going as press, and I'm covering the event on behalf of the YouTube channel. So I will be able to give you guys, you watching at home, will get a backstage pass to see what happens at an international toy fair where retailers from around the world come and show off their wares. And better yet, sometimes you get free specialty toys. Like you'll get a Hot Wheels that says New York Toy Fair exclusive, and you'll be like, man, I could only get it at that show. And collectors out there who love that stuff really love that stuff. I'll be
You're gonna
coming
have
back
to
with all kinds of
mail
things.
stuff back, I think.
So I'll have two passes. I'll have one that says, hi, I'm with the press. And the other one says, but wait, I'm also here to buy. So I can film myself buying things in there. I've thought this through. It's going to be a fun time. And I'll be, I think, the only person there who's part of the press and also a buyer at the same time. Unique situation, but I feel like this has opened the door of possibilities for me with having a press pass. Now, 50,000 subs, you get a press pass? Does that mean that we can get into concerts for free? Hockey games, perhaps. I'll be like, I need to get into this hockey game. I'm covering it because I'm part of the press. And they'll be like, really? Your YouTube channel's about like opening up old boxes of toys. I'm like, well, you'll never know what you're going to find in an old hockey arena or whatever excuse I can find.
So Alexander hasn't had the hiccups
Hiccups?
very often, but he still gets them like every day. Like not as bad as it was, but I think he needs a second opinion because who gets the hiccups for that long? I haven't heard you hiccup in a while. And also, so Dennis wrote, number one, when are you coming to Vancouver? That's a realistic place. And number two, we will do karaoke. Oh, will we do karaoke? I thought I read twice. We will do karaoke.
Yeah, it's actually my goal. Somebody was joking. They're like, we should all unsubscribe so he can't get his pass. Well, that would suck. In fact, my goal this year,
Would suck.
I'd wake up in the morning, I'd be like, what happened? But that would be bad for you guys too, because you miss out on all the cool
For
content.
anybody that's asking about my channel, I'll put up a whole bunch of hearts because I love you all. I'll put that up.
Hiccuping means you're growing. When you're my age, you only grow in outward directions. And gravity affects you, like the hair that was once on your head starts coming out of your nose and your ears, and your pants start to rise up in funny directions. Gravity hits you pretty hard when you get older. I don't think the hiccups are from growing. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yes. But on that note, I'm going to be trying to come back with some cool stuff from New York. I'm going to be doing a video on the event itself and trying to get, you guys some interesting content so you can see what's going on behind the scenes at all these places. Hopefully this year, I'd like to hit over 500,000 subscribers. That's my goal. I have a YouTube person that helps me out, and I was like ambitious. I was shooting for them. They say shoot for the stars, you might hit the moon. I was like, man, let's hit 1 million subscribers this year. Honestly, I'd be happy with 500,000. We're almost at 300 already. We're getting there.
Do you want a comic book collection?
I would be happy with any kind of
14
collection.
long boxes, been in my attic 15 years.
Well, they're going to be old. If you ever want to reach out to me with stuff for sale, like comic books or old toys, please definitely send me an email at curiosityedmonton@gmail.com.
I see you, Dad, but all he wrote was, I don't know what I said or what he might have said before, but I did see the
Maybe it was my comment about like your hair falls out and your pants rise up. And your dad was like, nope. Yeah, Dave, we need to get you back on the channel again here. He's been busy working.
And you've had requests. Oh, look, you got a picture of my dad. I just had it say his name.
Yeah, Dave has a picture on there. By the way, the plan is if I can get the shell of this building put up by a contractor, I will, Josh, Chakota, Hans, Dave, I'll get the whole crew back. We'll get everybody back in who helped out over the past couple of years. Austin, even if you're up for making a trip down, want to make some doors and stuff for us, I will try and get you all in on helping us out here. Alex, somebody says, I've seen you on the local news here. How does that happen?
We're busy.
Joanne, Andrea, where are you that you saw me on the news? Not sure where that was. I didn't rob any banks in your area, I don't think. Local YouTuber robs banks and then posts a video on
robbing a bank.
I don't know. I don't know why else I'd be on the news down in her area. Maybe she'll tell me in a second.
We told the story where you came out of the bank where we thought there was a hold on the account and $20 came out and he came out of the bank waving this 20 in the air.
That was by your mom's house.
But it was right as this police officer was driving by, but then they really slowed down and Alexander did the walk of shame to the car after.
That's true.
So funny.
You know why I was that happy? I'll tell you why I was that happy. There was a garage sale happening down the street. And they had all kinds of cool stuff. And I ran out of money. And I was like, oh, no, they've got all this great stuff at such a great price. And I'm going to miss out on it. And so when I got the money out of the bank, it was like, oh, they actually gave me money. I'm going to go get my stuff. And so I came running out of the bank holding flapping money around in my hands. Yeah, and the police did slow down. That's a true story.
It was the exact moment that he ran out dancing, waving money. Joanne said, Edmonton, Global News interviewed you.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Was that recently?
Oh, no, that would have been a while back. Yeah, that's probably around the time we opened.
It's funny because Alexander has quite a few interviews with people and he'll be like, I'll just see it or hear it from my friends or didn't even know that was happening. Morning show, you were on the news. Oh,
interesting. Well, I guess you never know where you're going to turn up. I had a really good find out by her mom's house. We went there. I'll tell you this story really quickly. That was, I think, maybe that same weekend. There was a moment 5-6 years ago or so where we were tight on cash. When you have enough money for probably fumes of gasoline in your car and that's it.
Yeah.
And so Melissa's mom, Marlene, said, she said, I was feeling really bummed out because I was like, don't have any money, this sucks, and we're broke and all this, and it was really bad. And Melissa's mom said, I bet you could take this $5 and I bet you could go and do something with it. And so I went, okay. She said, why don't you go into the secondhand store in town and see if you can turn that $5 into something. And I went into town and I went to the little flea market that they had, or this little store there, and they had a set of aftermarket headrests for a Volvo PV544. Don't ask why that was in the middle of the country, which is all Dodge and Ford and Chevy trucks.
Yeah.
That was sitting there, but I knew what it was. The price, $5 is what I got it for. And I think so I took my $5. I bought those things, sold them on eBay for I think 150 or something, and it was like, well, if I can turn $5 in a small town into 150, then maybe this having an antique business thing might work out. And around that same time, we went to a yard sale, and it was on the last day of the sale. They put everything at $1 a piece, and there was a gold-colored watch there, really nice old watch, but they couldn't figure out how to make it work because it had a screw-down crown. They thought it was broken, I guess. Anyway, the watch worked perfect. It ended up being solid 18 karat gold. It was, if you got to look even in the junk bin sometimes, because that watch was in a junk box. And it wasn't until I got home realized that it was solid, because I took the back off and took it apart, that it was solid gold. So sometimes some very surprising things can come out of, the junk boxes at a yard sale. let's see. We'll answer a couple more questions and then we'll call it a night here today. So
We drove to Vancouver Island from Manitoba. Oh, that's a long drive. And thrift store, jumped the entire way home and found a ton of good stuff for dirt cheap.
Yeah, there's good stuff on Vancouver Island. Absolutely.
Same within Winnipeg. There was a lot of antique stores. Remember, it was crazy.
Yeah. I do visit local garage sales. Yes. I haven't gone a whole lot lately.
Yeah.
Tell us the gasoline story. Well, I blew myself up. You'll have to look at my last live feed, and I will explain on that
Once
live
upon a
feed.
time, I had too much confidence in Alexander's confidence of gas, and he blew himself up. The end. But he's alive.
Yeah, the whole story's on the previous live feed.
Yeah.
If you're interested.
It was pretty funny. Not funny, haha. It's funny now.
Jacqueline, I am coming back to Colorado in March. I will be there in March, and I'll post those details on my Facebook page. I'll probably do something a little bit closer to that date too.
I know Heather texted you about it, so to make sure to look at the text.
Okay, favorite pinball games. I don't have a particular. I like the graphics if it's got good graphics on it. From playability, we used to have a Gottlieb Genie. That was a pretty fun game. So it was a wide body, which means it was a much wider cabinet than usual. That was pretty fun. But I like the electromechanical games, the older ones. It's kind of nice. You see like the electricity pop off of the bumpers. You see I don't know, there's something about electromechanical stuff. They call them EM games. That's the style I like. And so usually when I'm buying pinball games or machines, that's the type I'm after.
Oh, no, I can't remember what the question was. I'm not going to Colorado with Alexander. Just Alexander.
Yeah.
Because then he could go for longer as well.
Yeah, okay. So I guess...
Did you take... Oh, you took...
Yes, Gina, well, I didn't take a video down of buying a toy store. I bought a warehouse full of toys, and yes, the video came down because it was sensitive for some of my family that was involved in that situation. But yes, I did buy a warehouse full of toys, and I am selling it, and all that stuff is up for sale at Kastner Auctions. In fact, people are probably bidding on things at Kastner right now that came out of that warehouse, and will be tomorrow as well. The auctions have not finished yet. They're doing a little bit at a time. There was quite a few pallets full of items that had to go. It's going to take quite some time to get through it all. And slowly we are getting through it and getting my mom, my mom is getting paid the proceeds from that to help her with the situation. But things are going well anyhow.
So, do you want to tell them how old you are?
How old I am?
Yeah.
No, I've said it before. I was born in 78. I'm a 70s kid. I'm 41. Whoever Biscuit was
Somebody
asking.
said, did they want to... Oh, you saw it? Yeah.
But I don't really have much for gray hair yet for being in my 40s. I've got friends that have gone completely gray. So for whatever it's worth, I still have a mop of hair.
He was born in 74. 79 here. You guys are 70s babies. I'm 81.
Let's see. Oh yeah, see, there's a bunch of
79.
There we go.
From 79. Rebecca's 75.
Yeah, my IMDb page is a little bit outdated from when I worked on movies. For starters, there's a bunch of movies I worked on that aren't on there.
Yeah.
And there's a really old picture of Melissa and I from like 20 years ago that we can't seem to update. So I'll have to get in there and try to update that. Back when the frosted Justin Timberlake hair was in fashion, I had spiky short hair at that time.
Was that when we did it, or was it you got it done?
No.
It was
professional.
Yeah.
Something I let somebody do me on purpose.
Well, we tried to do it before. I'm going to tell one last story. We tried to do it where we bought one of those caps, and you're supposed to pull the hair through. But when we were pulling the hair through, it was pulling through like we'd stick the little hook in here, but it would be pulling from this section and pulling it through. So when we were done doing all his little tips of hair, it came out looking just like a spotted cheetah. Like it was bad.
Oh, now everybody's posting the years they were born, and
yeah, now we'll know.
There's a pretty good mix though.
That's great.
Austin says 1998 for him, and Austin, I don't know what to tell you. I was already like, I wasn't even in high school. We were already like a couple with a house probably when you were born. That's how old. I'm old enough to be your dad, Austin. That's scary. Now I'm gonna have to be more paternal when you're around. I'll be like, Austin, make sure to put your safety glasses on. I should do that with Josh. Watching his videos scares the heck out of me because he's always got like some dangling part of a hoodie near a bandsaw or. I mean, what do? You hire somebody to work on their stuff and they show up and I don't know. I guess
Somebody hasn't gotten hurt.
I'm going to buy a protective bubble for Josh, like a giant gerbil bubble with little armholes that peek out so he can just work on stuff from inside his protective gerbil bubble. I'm
Because
worried.
we're worried about you, Josh.
That's right. Well, plus
We
it would be
care about
hilarious,
you.
but
Wow.
well, it would be.
Well,
He'd be
it's because
like,
I
dude,
care
what's
about
with the
you."
hamster
He
bubble? I'd
wants
be
to
like,
laugh.
I want you to be safe, and this is funny for me.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Anyway, Josh always freaks me out because we're like, isn't that saw supposed to have a guard? Probably. Are you supposed to be wearing glasses? I'll just squint a little bit. I don't know if that's how that works. Austin's actually very prepared. Austin, I know you're watching. He's always got like the right kind. He prepares himself very well, and it was like watching a surgeon before surgery or something. Except I made that sound creepy. He wasn't cutting anything up. He was working on a door, but he was just very, methodical and sorry, Austin, I didn't mean to take in that direction, but he was very, I would imagine this, I would trust a surgeon, like a brain surgeon, like a really good, like not just like a guy who's like, well, I've done a couple things before. I removed a toe once when I was in the war. No, not that guy. I'm talking about a brain surgeon who would know what to do, like who could push buttons and make you say things. Anyway, that's Austin when Austin's getting ready for stuff. So check out Austin's channel, check out Josh's channel, check out Josh's brother Jakota's channel. Jakota goes on and just talks about all kinds of crazy stuff all the time.
Yeah, and he does Madness Mondays, so it's
Madness.
Madness.
N-E-Z-Z.
Madness. When you look up Madness channel, he starts at 7 o'clock on Mondays usually, and it's pretty entertaining. And a lot of us are on there again. So.
Austin, you have to tell us now. Did you get a new truck? Based on the charred carcass of your old one, we're assuming you probably got a new one by now. Mind you, that'd be pretty epic if you got your old truck running and drove it looking like that. That would have made for a great,
vlog.
Yeah.
Happy Sunday.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Oh, the Phil Collins poster guy. Hey, Sean. Sean sent me a picture of an autographed Phil Collins poster. Incidentally, if any of you are interested in said Phil Collins poster, it's personalized to Sean. He's on there as Dabashi. You can write Sean, and perhaps you could buy yourself a autographed 1990 Phil Collins tour poster.
He did the super chat, so I think they can see that. Oh no, for sure you can see that because I can see it.
Jakota's eating pudding with his toes tomorrow. Is that what somebody said? Oh, Austin did get a truck.
Oh, for his live tomorrow. Oh yeah, I know. I made him eat it with his toes.
I made him draw Bart Simpson through a pencil in his ear hole.
Yeah, and he used like a big Jiffy marker. Yeah.
Yeah, that was actually really gross and fascinating at the same time.
He drew Bart Simpson, I think, with what's it? Bart?
He stuck a Sharpie through the whole, like his whole ear extension thing. It wasn't wiggling. It's not like he had a worm.
Who did the ear?
He wasn't doing that, but he stuck a pen through, and then he somehow managed to maneuver the pen around. Now, for the record, if Jakota ever watches this, that's not what I had in mind. I imagined him to stick it in there and let him just do it with his head, but he kind of cheated and he took it and he maneuvered it.
Oh, is that what you expected? I thought
that's what I expected.
That's not what I expected.
Yeah.
I can't remember now. I made him stand on his head and on it. I didn't realize it was on his bed. Now I can't remember what happened, but he ended up hurting his neck from that.
Yeah. Well, glad to hear that you got a truck, a 2016.
Oh, did he say? How are you seeing that? Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm
F-150.
F-150, very cool. There should be some kind of update from Josh at some point too. I know he's been out truck shopping, and I don't have a truck. I have an ambulance. That is my truck.
He just had a vlog go up with it's him and Jakota on the. Yeah, he just did a vlog saying update or something. I didn't watch it yet, so I'm not sure.
Yeah.
How it went.
Actually, the truck I have in my garage is an Austin A4. I have a truck with your namesake, Austin, in the garage. Anyway, we're gonna let you guys go. We're gonna call it a night there. I'm sure we could stay chatting forever.
Our kids are calling for us to hug them.
Yeah, we still give our kids hugs every night before bed. Even the big one, we force Steven to come and give us a hug.
Well, I think
he's not too cool.
He's not too cool.
No.
I hope.
So have a wonderful night. If you ever need to reach us, you can email me at curiosityedmonton@gmail.com. If you need to mail something to us, a letter or question or comment, you can mail it to us at the store. And our store address is found on Google just by doing a listing search for Curiosity Inc. in Edmonton. That's our address there. You can reach us there, or you can give us a call at the phone number that's listed too. Always happy to hear from you guys. Always happy to see fun comments come through. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks again for watching, guys, and take care. Bye for now.
Bye, everyone.